So hi, I'm Romerick Villanueva from STEM 3 and presenting to you the rubber band life cycle. The background of the company. It is a true American story by William H. Spencer, who left his home at the age of 13 and started working at the Pennsylvania Railroad. And now, and still, it is a family-owned business. And here is one of their products, Pill Crepe Rubber Band. The production. First step is processing the natural latex. First is purification, then when it's purified, it is combined with acetic and formic acid. The rubber particles cling together to form slabs. So it is squeezed and removed from excess water and pressed into bales or blocks, usually 2 or 3 square feet. The size of the blocks depend on the individual plantation can accommodate. So next is mixing and milling. The rubber is then shipped to another rubber factory and put into a machine that will be chopped in small pieces. Next, manufactured using Banbury mixer invented in 1916 by Family H. Banbury. The machine mixes together with other ingredients, sulfur to vulcanize it, the pigment to color it, and other chemicals to increase or diminish the elasticity of the resulting rubber bands. Milling, the next place of production, entails heating the rubber, being mixed discrete pieces if it is not, and squeezing it flat in milling machine. So next is extrusion. After it is flattened, the rubber leaves the milling machine. Is cut into strips. Still hot from the milling, then is put in hollow tubes. Excess rubber regularly builds up around the head of each extruding machine. This rubber is cut off, collected, and placed back in the rubber, with the rubber going to the milling machine. So curing. The tubes are forced in aluminum poles, then covered with talcum powder to keep the rubber from sticking. Although the rubber has already been vulcanized, it is rather brittle at this point and needs to be cured. Removed from poles and washed to remove talcum powder. The tubes of the rubber are fed into another machine that slices them into finished rubber bands. Rubber bands are sold in by weight, and because they tend to clump together, only a small quantity can be weighed accurately by machines. Generally, they are packaged over 5 pounds or 2.2 kilograms. Next, materials used. Latex, harvested from rubber trees. Next is chemical composition. Polymer, that means the rubber molecules are made from long chains of atoms. When a rubber band is unstretched or at relaxed state, like this, then the molecule chains are twisted up, shown in the figure 1, shown here. As the rubber is stretched, they begin to untangle themselves here. Then finally, they are all lined up. So packaging. They are packed in double-layered bags or bales, wrapped in plastic sheeting, packed in wooden crates. Used in ships. Yes, in transportation also. Means of transportation. Ship, trucks, railroad. Cargo handling. The cargo should not be handled if it's raining or snowing. Storage space requirements should be dry, clean, dust-free, and not near from the heat. Segregation. Fiber ropes or nets used for segregation purpose. Stores can be seen on markets, warehouse, stores or mini stores. These rubber bands commonly used in household purposes. Like this. You put rubber band here and here, so it would be sealed. It would not open when shaking. Yes. Then the lifespan of this rubber will take it for years and should not be exposed to heat. It can cause a low quality product before use. Next. Purpose. The purpose of this product is to help us use secure things like food, like this, prevent it from unnecessary spilling. That also helps household things. If you need to secure household faucets like this faucet, here's an example of a faucet with rubber band. Yes, example. Yes, it's an example of a rubber band. Yes. So here's next. And proper disposal. This rubber bands can be safely disposed. It's not included there. With normal households, biodegradable or non-biodegradable. Technically, yes, rubber came from a sap of rubber tree. You're composting it. If it's one alive, it can be composed. However, rubber takes a long time to break down or biodegradable. So it's best to reuse rubber bands rather than toss them in the compost bin. Is the environment affected? Maybe yes, because we get products from rubber trees that is planted in mostly mountains that help the rain water avoid from going cities that can cause flood. If it's recyclable, yes, you can use rubber bands along. Yes. For cell phone chargers, hair dryers when you're traveling. Product innovation. Use the rubber band to grip and slippery surfaces. Oh, like that. Oh, not like that. While rubber bands can make a gripping surface for jar lids, if a lid resists user's effort, they can place a rubber band around the lid and use the rubbery surface for additional leverage as they twist. And use the rubber bands for any projects or craft, like this. You can design it, use as a design, or you can have your own innovation of this. Yes, that's all. Thank you. Pass to Sir Kenneth. Sorry.